So it seems like Bethesda, someone at Bethesda is at it again. They can't handle criticism. Good old criticism. I haven't checked at all what he said. Very briefly. Yeah, let's check it out. So just for fun, because one, I think it's interesting. It's an interesting insight on what these people believe and how the human mind works. And also because last video kind of got okay views, so why not? Okay. Very funny how disconnected some players are from the realities of game development. And yet they speak with complete authority. I mean, I can guess what it takes to make a hostess Twinkie, but I don't work in the factory, so what the hell do I really know? Not a lot. Part of me really gets it. When you're a consumer and spend money on things, that gives you a right to complain about those things. I spend a lot of money on games every year, and sometimes it takes a lot for me not to scream into the internet's collective consciousness. I don't complain about games on social for two main reasons. One, I know how hard it is to make games, and have too much respect for my fellow devs. Work for a game studio. It would be uncool and unprofessional for me to do so. But sometimes I want to, oh boy, yeah. Most people don't have these constraints and are free to post whatever they want. The internet is a glorious wild west, and I wouldn't have it any other way. And there was a time when I exercised that right very freely. Yeah, at least he understands that. When I was writing game reviews for Adrenal Involved forever ago, I was absolutely that person who would say whatever I wanted about a game, good or bad. Sometimes the good was or enthusiastically too good. Sometimes the bad was me being sarcastic as said. Okay, I'll just comment on these few posts because he's just repeating the same point over and over, so far at least. I mean, I guess it's okay for him not to like criticize his colleagues' work because I don't know. He wants to remain professional, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But you can tell people, well, you don't work on game development, so you can't really criticize. I mean, even if they don't know all the no's and how's about how a game is made, they did spend their money on it. Why shouldn't they be able to criticize? Because if you go with this line of thinking, then if the critics are not okay, then what makes the praise okay? Like, it's the same thing. It's just the other side of the coin. You get shit on, you don't like it, and it's normal. But then you can't accept praise from the same people that don't know how game development works because they don't know. So why will you accept praise from clueless people? That's his line of thinking. So it's kind of a stupid point he's making. Okay. Okay, 6:15. But throughout that time, I actually had no inkling what game development was actually like. How hard the designers, programmers, artists, producers, and everyone else worked. The struggle to bring a vision to life with constantly shifting resources. Sorry, the stress. Okay, yeah, he's. This isn't me complaining about my job. Some kind of sounds like it. I've experienced all these things and will again. It's the nature of game development, but I also have a great position and I'm still gainfully employed after 20 years, 21 plus years. A blessing considering the thousands I lay off this year. And yet you still bitch on Twitter about how you got criticism. You should fucking thanking God every single day. You still have a job considering the shitty writing you just made in Starfield. Any other person would have been fired for being like bad at his job, but you still have a job. And you're still here complaining that people are being mean. Whatever. I'm not trying to change anyone's mind because the internet. Because the internet what? Well, I don't know. But given my position, I can't not share the truth. And the truth is, nobody sets out to make a bad game, and most game devs are incredibly talented. Even if the game they release isn't up to par. Yeah, okay, but that doesn't fucking matter. If it's like if you go to a doctor and you say, hey doctor, can you please, I'm sick, can you fix me? Can you solve my issue? And the doctor is the most qualified doctor on earth. But this doctor doesn't understand what your problem is. He can't solve it. So what good are all his qualifications to me? They're worthless, because he didn't fucking solve my problem. And I'm still sick. So you can like be happy and all GD about your prestigious achievements, but you didn't solve my problem. So to me, your pedigree doesn't matter, because what matters is my health. See, I never knew this before, but if nothing else, video game development is a series of concessions and tough decisions. There's that perfect game you want to make, and then there's the game you can make. Sometimes, with the god smile on you, those two are very close. Or, you could have a spec document where you people write down what you want to achieve in your game, which this guy didn't use. I think they didn't use for Starfield, unless I'm wrong. They didn't really know what they were trying to do with Starfield. They didn't have a clear vision, in my opinion. But in order to get there, in order to get it as close as possible to the vision, the team has to push itself harder and harder, often while dealing with devs being shuffled around or leaving, looming deadlines, and creative decisions you wish you didn't have to make. And team is absolutely the operative word here. Lots and lots of folks doing lots of work. Writing, level building, making character models, coding game systems, try to schedule it all so it can get done. Folks don't burn out, and on and on. So sure, you can dislike parts of the game, you can hate on a game entirely, but don't fool yourself into thinking you know why it is the way it is. Unless it's somehow documented and verified. Or how it got to be that way. Yeah, but dude, if I buy a game, I pay full price. It doesn't fucking matter if I don't know how it was made. I don't like it, I'm gonna shit talk it. This is saying like this guy is just saying the sky is blue. Something so obvious. Well, of course people don't know how a game, most people don't know how a game is made. And they don't know because they are not game devs, so they shouldn't be able to criticize the work because they don't know how it was made. I don't know what it's trying to say. Yeah, they don't know, and I don't give a fuck because they don't like the game. So what? Chances are, unless you've made a game yourself, you don't know who made certain decisions. Would this specific work? How many people were actually available to do that work? Anytime challenges faced, or how often you had to overcome technology itself? Yeah, maybe if few people at Bethesda didn't use a shitty engine, maybe you wouldn't have these problems. But well, what do I know? I'm not a game dev. Oh. So yes, love games, buy them, play them, complain to your heart's content. It's sort of the nature of the developer-player transactional relationship. But just know that the game you're playing is in some ways a freaking miracle in and of itself. Normal people have come together to work for years for one goal, to bring you fun and happiness. So it helps to remember that. And them. I don't know. I don't get what this is supposed to achieve, honestly. Like, he's making a fool out of himself with these posts. He's coming off as whiny. The best way to handle this would have been not to say anything. Because I mean, I don't know this guy very well. I think he's the lead writer, but I don't remember him ever bitching about people's opinions before. So if you take the praises, you also have to take the criticism from people. You can't take one and the other say, no, I don't want it. You don't know how it works. Your opinion is worthless. Because it makes you like an hypocrite. It's not a good look. So I think it's over. It's over. Yeah, it's over. So yeah, you know what it is, in my opinion. These guys are finally getting a wake-up call. After years and years of mindless praise from people, they're finally getting a taste of reality. That their games are just not that good, like they used to believe. Bethesda's games have had the same problems for years at this point. And people, in my opinion, people were just willing to overlook those issues because they liked the universes, they liked the universe of Fallout, of Elder Scrolls, the stories. But now that a game came out that has none of the charm of the world building of the previous games, and mostly has issues, now people are complaining. Of course. Because you get the shit without the good things. And this is like the first actual criticism these guys are getting after years and years of mindless praise, despite their games being not very good. Because these problems didn't come around yesterday. Like I said, they've been present for years, and they can take it. They have taken like the praise for years, but now they can take the criticism, and this doesn't make them look good, in my opinion. Like, people have put up with, in my opinion, people have put up with all the issues of the previous Bethesda games because like, Skyrim was a lot of people's first open world RPG. So even if that issue, I mean, I haven't played Skyrim, but I know it has issues because I've seen people talk about it online and whatnot. So I know like people enjoy the game, but they still said, oh, well, it has issues, but I like the game. Because, like, in my opinion, it was a lot of people's first open world RPG. And same thing with Fallout 4. It was like a lot of people's first Fallout. Because when Oblivion came out, not many people had a 360 or a PS3 or a gaming PC. Same with Fallout 3. It was like a bit more popular than Oblivion because it came out like a couple years later, so more people had access to a next-gen console, but it still was kind of niche. They only like gotten really big with Skyrim because it came out at the peak of the generation. The PS3 and the 360 like together when Skyrim came out had sold like I think around 150 million consoles plus all the gaming PCs. Gaming PCs were also seeing a resurgence in 2011 when Skyrim came out. So yeah, they hit big with Skyrim, and they were on top of the world. But it still had issues. The game still had issues. And then Fallout 4, people still liked it. Because after 2011, like with the social media, everything became bigger than it was before with social media. And people being more online than before. When Oblivion came out, a lot of people were not on the internet. A lot of normies were not on the internet when Oblivion came out. You have to remember that. While in 2014, social media, a lot of people constantly being online, that definitely helped. And now the truth is coming out. Like normies finally caught up with the issues of Bethesda games, and it also like Bethesda not making games on PlayStation anymore plays a part too. Because of course PlayStation fans who used to play Bethesda games now don't feel like defending them because they are not getting their games anymore. So now they just have like a small percentage of the gaming community that's on their side, the Xbox portion. PC is really not like a loyalist. PC people play whatever. Doesn't matter. If a game sucks, they'll say it sucks for the most part. So now it's only the die-hard Bethesda fans and Xbox fans who are defending Starfield. And this is it. This is the anatomy of a failure. They're just ranting to... They're ranting to the internet void. They're ranting at the void. And it makes them look ridiculous in my opinion. They should just take the criticism. They should just put their head down, keep working on the game, trying to improve it as much as possible. And that's it. These responses do nothing, honestly. People are not gonna say, "Oh, you're right. You're so right. I'm sorry." No, they are not, because they don't care. Because they bought a game and they are not enjoying it. Period. Your job as a dev or as a writer is to write a compelling story, which you did not for this game. So, but yeah, let me know what you think. I find these things fascinating. Like when devs. He says like people are out of touch with reality, but to me you are out of touch with reality, considering like you still have a job and you won't probably ever be fired because you're a big shot apparently at Bethesda. So But yeah, like I said, let me know what you think, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.